Last one, but let's go into the draft. Genji ban, okay.
Finally something different. Finally, we're not seeing the first ban Brightwing, so pretty happy about that one. Standard Ariel ban counter as
Sonya
usual.
again, okay. This basically guarantees Morales and one of the tanks, which winners did all this series. Well, I know if you prepare a strategy and how you want to make the strategy happen from the draft, I know you have something prepared in your line, but you have to make these kind of adjustments in the series when you're having a tough time against just one hero which you think is a problem. Have that feedback, just put in the adaptation, and oftentimes banning those cards or stealing that away if you can play it, it works. It has proven to be working in HGC, not just in Korea, in all regions. I do not agree. I can't really follow the decision coming out from RRR at the moment.
I mean, in general, the idea, like the line of logic that most teams use when they're going that way is that, no, like we know that we're struggling against this thing at the moment, but we practice this thing, so we have to go that way. But the problem is that perhaps you have practiced in the wrong way and you have to adjust on the fly. So I do agree with you there, but the Brightwing pickup from winners in the first rotation, pretty interesting. I'm not sure if this is due to winners having practiced it extensively, or it's just because they just don't want RR playing it.
Let's see how they want to approach this. A map where you don't really expect too much of Brightwing. Of course, sometimes picked from lots of HGC games and Open Division. From that poly, oftentimes when there was something like a Tracer on the other side. But this is quite rare because we basically never see from Tracer from RRR. I wonder what they are going to pick later on after watching that Brightwing pick.
Something I want to touch on is, so it's going the full support takeaway. Like, winners don't want RR to play Brightwing, or don't want Medic to go to winner's side. So, not bad. I generally enjoy it when both teams try to address each other's preferences on the fly during a match, so not much to criticize about those decisions there.
Seems like the focusing of supports right now in the draft is working, of course, a little bit better for winner, just picking up one instead. I believe RRR, 3 out of 4 games they picked up double support before the second rotation.
They've been a bit quicker in picking up those supports, yeah. And something I want to clarify about Brightwing, I absolutely think Brightwing is fine. I think she is a very strong pick, and if you listen into the occasional times where I casted on HGC, I actually advocated for Brightwing picks a lot of the time, especially from top teams. But the issue I have with Brightwing in this Crucible series right now is that, you know, except for RR, which we hoped that would be on top of the macro game, all of these teams aren't really that good with rotation, so that's why I wasn't too certain why this was so high priority. But winners are on a roll today, so perhaps they will show us why this Brightwing deserved to be treated in that manner.
So I was giving hints that this map is a double lane. Of course, we never said the map battleground name. I was giving question. This is a pop quiz for you guys to guess which battleground we are in. Of course, after looking at all those bans on Vala, Cassia, it is Battlefield of Eternity. Sorry guys, it did not mention until this moment. But some of you guys solved the pop quiz. We can all read the Korean on top,
How
right?
is it a pop quiz when you say the answer 7 seconds later you throw out the pop quiz?
Well, for 7 seconds, yes.
Oh well, if anyone guessed it right in chat, you are all gods and deserve to play in the HGC.
Well, here comes Greymane and Uther already. Seems like maybe RR is going to have their own kind of strategy. So maybe having some burst heals along with armor, keeping that Greymane alive. I think that's a pretty good way of keeping Greymane alive. And Gemi playing Garrosh once more. Tracer when there's a Brightwing picked already on the other side. Okay.
Well, it was either that or Lunara, right? If we think about how the draft is structured, that's why I was so confused when RR banned Vala right there, because it was obvious that the response was going to be Cassia, right? then it leaves them with either Lunara or Tracer, and Lunara is pretty easy to deal with from the side that has a bright
or
wing.
the rework Zul'Jin. Oh, never mind, cancel that.
Oh.
No. Or oftentimes we had some Sergeant Hammers even coming out when all those auto attacks were banned. But we do have Tracer because there's a shield available. Morales, of course, Stim Drone can help the auto attacks. So it is going to be Hyper Carry Greymane for winners also. How do you think this one's going to be?
Overall, like, I've said this in HGC cast before, but I really, really, really like taking Zarya against Tracer. I believe that's one of the right ways you answer that Tassadar Tracer composition. So I believe winners are absolutely on top of this draft right now.
Well, winners have Brightwing, which is a good counter against the Tracer, and we are ready to jump into game 4. Maybe the last game of the series. Let's get into BOE.
This time, no switcheroo. We are starting the screen on the left side of the map.
Oh, yes. I wish you can zoom out sometimes.
I wish we could see the entire battlefield by zooming out that much.
That's going to be insane.
That's sort of like watching, you know, Barcelona play at the new comp from the highest seat in the stadium, right? All of them, all of the players are little specks, and you can sort of really appreciate how they, you know, move around the map. It gives you a different sense of the macro. It also gives you a very easy read.
And we only need like 10 observers to observe each game.
Oh yeah, but you know, Heroes deserves 10 observers.
Of course.
It's an amazing game, so.
Let's see, as a for a start, Kong still sticking with that auto attack. Control came on Greymane once more, but the Uther armor did get a nerf from 25 to 15, but that's still enough, and a lot of Korean players say the not just the healing, they say the armor from Uther is what makes Uther super strong even in the meta right now.
And a point-and-click stun is always welcome in virtually any kind of games in this genre, so not a lot to whine about for Uther players. Still a very good pick, and something that I wanted to explore in the early stages of this game is talking about, you know, when you see a Zarya picked alongside another assassin, picked alongside double support, that's usually when you have to, you know, examine how the team plays in team fights, because certain teams try to use the Zarya, try to position the Zarya as a third. Well, that's not going down. Wow. The
still 1 for 1.
Spell armor, amazing.
Still 1 for 1, and Tracer got more damage, so good for Brightwing, I guess. And this is a 4v3 now in the bottom.
I believe that Tracer will not be happy to not have the pulse bomb now, because this is where it's sorely needed, right?
You want to have pulse bomb actually zones out the enemy too, but has to recall now. Took a lot of damage. Morales healing will come in handy. Also the shield getting herself hit points back. That's exactly why you use Tassadar with Tracer, but Tassadar when you have to use the shield, the trade value comes in for Tyrael here.
Insane amount of armor on the
Maybe
Garrosh.
Not at all.
Oh wow, still survives. Kong also still survives. But wow, RR, it feels like are getting baited by the insane amounts of armor going on to Garrosh with the medic and Uther.
Yeah, right now Tracer does not.
Didn't say medic, Brightwing and Uther. Anyway.
Comes Brightwing as we talked about recall. Barely survives.
Unfortunately, in this game, recall doesn't restore all your health back to 3 seconds ago, so.
Yeah, until later you take the talent, but I don't think we're going to see that as Kong is trying his way onto the side. Uther is just healing Brightwing at the moment.
Sonya not in the best spot. Brightwing still alive.
Sonya dives into all the shields. I think the shields from Zarya is making the difference as RR is waiting to make the moment with the chase, but this not enough as Brightwing just hearts back and teleports back in here.
Who could have known that 3 supports are better than 2 supports?
Maybe no.
Zarya is a support, right?
Half support. Well, Tyrael is kind of like a semi-support.
Semi-support and half support. So 2.5 supports are better than 2.25 supports. I guess Cassador is a 0.75 support. So
let's do math. No, never do math on stream, man. Odok dies that because of us, and this Immortal is now already onto the push into the top lane, taking the towers down. Tracer not doing as much damage. They need to focus damage. Seems like we need to focusing from Sonya and Tracer together. They're not just doing enough damage onto one target.
And as everyone was even talking about even before this game started, there's not a lot Tracer can do against this composition. I mean, think of the Brightwing, think of the Uther, think of the Zarya, which generally is great against Tracers.
Insta recall. Even Gemi, look at that. He looks for those angles, tried to punish. Wallstone does not connect. I don't think he would have went down anyhow from that 38 armor that Gemi had at the moment. But this is already going insanely in favor for winners. The Immortal actually went down after doing some damage to the second wall there.
I'm not going to be dismissive of this game just yet, particularly because it could possibly be the last game of the night. But I don't foresee things improving for RR, particularly because I believe they don't get that much of a meaningful power spike at level 10, right? Their power spike at level 10 is rather underwhelming, whereas winners will have access to a variety of different things. Including, yeah, I mean, if you really want to mess with the Tracer's minds, like Uther could go for Divine Storm. Yes. Like, I would be happy to see that personally. Garrosh will also have taunts, so you can't even go near the Garrosh now. It's going to be insane.
So I think RR has to open their window here with perfect focusing from Sonya and Tracer together. Has never been connected to one target of winners. And now Poison Spirit locked in. I think this is a way power spike at 7. Sonya does so much damage. Let's see how they want to approach this, as they're contesting this without Brightwing at the moment, but can always phase shift in.
Oh, this is a great full spawn.
Onto Rushu is also body block. Also does get some shield from Brightwing and survives somehow.
Oh, what a nice throw from Gamey right there. Absolutely amazing Garrosh play coming out from this player right now. I dare say, like, even if somehow, some way, winners manages to lose this match, Gamey probably deserves to play an HGC, man. His tank play this night has been incredible.
Chokin survives with the armor, and wow, these plays and the teamwork, how they try to protect each other. I think it's above the level of RRR right now, this entire series.
I mean, we can talk about how RRR aren't playing up to their usual standards tonight, but the way that Winners is playing, not just the fact that they are up 3-0, but the joy that you can sort of see in these heroes' movements, the excitement that you can feel on the screen.
You know, Uther got the damage, but he is beast. Gamey will get that armor. First heal comes in. Here comes Brightwing once more.
Zarya very high energy right now.
Tracer already used recall, so he has to be positioning himself pretty carefully now. Odok alone in that team fight. Shield going to Tracer once more again. Odok just has to escape. There's no way for him to... No recall this time! Tracer is blown up from the burst damage. Winners is just taking this game apart.
Solo assassin Tracer into 2.5 supports is never going to be enough damage, particularly when the main tank isn't something flimsy but Garrosh. RRR paying dearly for their mistakes in the draft. All snowballed off their second rotation Valiban. Proved to be the poison for them. And to go back to what I was saying about winners, their play right now is so synchronized, even much more than how they looked in Game 1, right? And even in Game 1, they were pretty impressive.
I think if they played like this in the Open Division playoff, I think they could have won the entire thing even against We0, who will be playing tomorrow, who actually got the first place for Open Division playoff. And they're looking super crisp. I think they actually gave up all that holiday time to practice here. Their teamwork is amazing, synergy is amazing.
Would not be surprised at all if they didn't take even a single day off, because, you know, this kind of coordination, this kind of, you know, meta knowledge even is something that some HGC teams don't even display. I would dare say that this iteration of winners, looking at how they're playing right now, looks to be a better team than Phase 1 GG. And Phase 1 GG was pretty interesting, pretty fun to watch, and a definite contender in HGC. So I'm already excited to see
and I
these
believe they
teams
finished
play.
6th in phase number 1?
Yeah, they finished 6th. Made pretty good performances, especially against better teams such as MVP Miracle, whatnot.
Let's see, level 10 locked in for RRR. Now there's an explosion zone. Emerald win to zone out Sonya alone. There's a poly. They have the damage. The taunt comes in. She's gone out of the fight, and they want to make more kills happen here.
That was the best Emerald win I have seen in Korea this year. To be honest, there wasn't a lot of competition. But still, it was a very good Emerald win, right?
Once again, the poly perfectly on Tracer. That's 2 kills. This Immortal not too healthy, so maybe they're not going to core, but still, the level of play here and the focusing, it's insane. It's coming out from the CCs.
We were questioning the Brightwing pick all night, and especially we were questioning why RRR was prioritizing Brightwing bans so highly in the draft. Well, that series of events sort of, you know, justifies why RRR might have done that. Perhaps in scrims against each other or against other teams, winners showed off an amazing Brightwing, as we're seeing right now, and I guess we could give them a pass on that one, because those Emerald wins, these polymorphs, really, really good.
Those are, you can give a pass on that, but picking a Tracer against the Brightwing first pick, it was a good question we were asking from the beginning when we were going into this game, and it seems like it's not working for RRR at the moment, and as they're just losing this crazily down 2 levels now, down on talent. If they make one more critical mistakes like that, it will be game over, and they will be eliminated from HGC Korea and go down to open divisions where winners came up from.
And to, you know, reminisce about that, it's such a shame in some ways, because EZZ, the captain and probably the ace player on the team, showed a lot of promise on a lot of different heroes, and a lot of people, you know, looked up to her as a role model if you're female, even if you are not. Her, you know, courage to return to professional heroes and, you know, play alongside all these male players, fully knowing that she might be flamed if she doesn't play well. She has been playing well for the entire phase, so it will be a shame to see her go, although I guess she might return with a different team in the next year. And also, seeing such a veteran as Kong, you know, leave professional heroes in this fashion, that also sucks too, because Kong has been such an iconic player for so long. He was the heart and soul of Mighty, remember, back when they were a good team last year. So a lot of promising and veteran players that, you know, give a lot of amiability to RRR, but unfortunately, winners are looking really hot right now.
I love that positioning from Brightwing. Just looking for that chance, the opportunity when, you know, the heroes are missing. See, the moment that they disappear, Brightwing appears from the side and tries to push in the lane. They have the catapults. Okay, RRR is going to make the push down on talent. Pulse bomb does land, but just not enough damage.
Zarya's in trouble. Oh, wow.
Divine shielded, and she shields herself. Not much energy, though, onto Zarya, so she has to back off, but this is okay. The macro is in their favor. The camp pushing top. The catapult wave is pushing the bottom.
RRR made the right moves there, but winners, no casualties with the whole support.
Let's see. Zoning recall is actually
Tracer's
back.
in trouble!
Kong dies. The good Kong comes back. That's going to be 2 kills, 3 kills. I believe, guys, this is game over. The winners will just go straight to the core. I think they have enough. Even cleanse used onto Greymane just in case.
Just in case of
maybe a spear.
Yeah,
Could
have happened. A lot of things could have happened. Oh, Will the medic live
with the grenade?
So close. No.
Not at the end. And this Immortal is coming, but seems like it doesn't even matter now. Cocktail finished. And this keep is going down, and morale is still down for 17 more seconds. They're making this giant push. Catapults are already onto the core now, I think. About to be on the core.
Even if RRR win this team fight, they will have to defend against a full health Immortal, and that is not even going to happen.
And the Kong comes in, and Kong will die once more. I don't think they can survive this one. This Mortal is just way too healthy. So much wave pushing, and the entire team is on the core. That's going to be it. The end of game, the end of the series. Winners take the series with a 4-0 victory. What a surprise we have here, Rally.
They are the first team to ever advance to HGC out of the open division by winning in the Crucibles. Remember, RRR also advanced to HGC from the open division, but that was only because they sort of, got lucky with GG disbanding and suddenly a new spot in HGC opening up. So the achievement that Winners has gained here, absolutely amazing. It's a historic moment.
I think even in HGC, let me just imagine them playing in HGC. It's gonna be hard for them to actually, of course, catching up to the higher team. But I think they deserve to stay in the middle ground somewhere. They were on par and pretty good by teamwork. Their macro, they had themes every time. Maybe Gamey Zero Pool maybe questioned when they go up to HGC, but today, man, they looked flawless tonight.
And if we were to talk about the future, we could sort of imagine, I guess, that Gamey perhaps would be enticed by an offer from a better team. But still, if we were only talking about today, I really want this team to stick together and hope to get to see them next season and compete against much better teams and improve in the process of doing so.
Yeah, we already have a crazy upset from Korea, and this is only day one. And we may actually have two teams possibly getting replaced in HGC with another day because they lost against ReZero, who's playing tomorrow. So who's supposed to be a better team going against Raven tomorrow.
Which is supposed to be the worst team.
So, and they picked Raven. So Korea may be having this big shift between open division. We were always saying, even the Korean casters from HGC were saying, there's a big gap between HGC and open division. It's never going to come through, but
they
look
were
what
right.
we have today.
They were right. There is a big gap.
Yeah, there is a big gap. In the other way of saying, But this is crazy. A 4-0. I don't want to say that this was a stomp, but it was close to being one.
It was more than a stomp.
It was more. It was a smash in their face.
A colossus smash.
And that was insane of how they tend to draft and also had Brightwing at the end. Their controlling of the macro, just knowing their information of the other team. I just have no words for how well they played tonight against RRR. Seems like we will have the interview with the players, not just yet, but soon. So guys, just hold on tight as we do want to get to listen to the new players, what they thought about the match, what they do, how they look like. Take a look at the players very soon. But Rally, what are your thoughts after watching today? About tomorrow, what's going to happen?
Well, I won't be here tomorrow. You will be united with a different caster, which I hope the chat will like. But overall, let's listen to the interviews first.
It seems like it is getting ready. And as soon as the screen's getting ready, I will stop talking and start to translate, which is more talking. But we are ready. Let's jump in. Hello, we are winners. And Rush. On the left, the captain. How do you feel?
너무 기뻐요. 그냥 기쁘다는 말 말고 표현할 말이 없어요.
I'm so happy. There's nothing else that I can say other than how happy I am at the moment.
네.
And of course, going up to HGC, you have to compete against the stronger teams now.
전략 짜고
We'll make lots of strategies.
보면은 천천히 올라가지 않을까요?
We'll watch lots of VODs, practice hard, and I think we will slowly climb up in the ranks.
저희 그러니까 게임 안 할 때 그러니까 사정이 있어서 뭐 알바를 한다거나 이럴 때
we do have lots of part-time other
음성 채팅으로만 막
works to do as
뱀픽 짜보기도 하고
But
그래가지고
we
많이
actually use
신경
lots
쓴것
of voice chat to actually go through the draft, kind of have those kind of practices before going into the matches.
멋진 모습들 그리고 좀 해군의 모습들도 많이 나왔어요. 본인 러시 선수가 좀 생각하기에 오늘 MVP가 있다면
Who do you think is the MVP for your team
우리
tonight?
모두가 MVP죠.
I think we're all MVPs. Ha ha ha.
그래도 한 명 뽑아주세요.
But if you have to pick on one,
두 명이 잘했다 생각해가지고
I
트롤
think
킴이랑 개미가
I think
잘한
Troll
것 같아요.
Kim and Gamey played exceptionally well. I think they're the MVP if I have to choose.
트롤 킴은 혼자서 막 킬각 보고 혼자
Troll Kim
그냥
had his
안
moment.
뛰었고요.
He was looking at those
개미는 혼자 그냥
lethal angles.
모든 스킬을 받아냈어요.
He was going in, and also Gamey
도발도
took
다
all
넣고.
the
너무
skill
잘했어요.
shot damage. Also
근데
taunted at the right
킬러들은
moment.
역시 눈에 안 띄어요 잘.
And other than that, I couldn't really have my eyes on anything else. But those two really shined out bright tonight.
와주시고 그리고 채팅창에서 응원해주고 계신 시청자분들이 굉장히 많은데 감사의 한 말씀 하고 한마디 하고
There are lots of fans that you guys have climbed from the open division going into
앞으로도 좀
HGC
많이
now.
응원해주시고 방송도 많이 봐주세요.
Shout out to the fans. Keep on rooting for us and watch us play whenever we are on. Let's move on to Troll Kim. Congrats, of
이렇게
course.
승강까지 올 줄 몰랐는데 뭐 이거 마지막에 4대 0으로 압도적으로
I had no idea we'll be in Crucibles and also having a 4-0 today. It's incredible. It's crazy actually.
아 진짜요?
Seems like O Prime said something to Troll Kim. Maybe they're gonna have lunch or dinner together after Kappa Pride. Well, that's not translation. I just added that there, guys.
자 트롤킴 선수가 오늘의 좀 MVP다. 러시 선수가 이렇게 말을 했는데 트롤킴 선수가 생각하기에 오늘 좀 가장 결정적인 장면.
Who do you think made the significant
용의 동지판에서
Crazy
저 그레이맨이 마지막에
turnaround
들어가서
play
한 명
in your
다른 게
team?
거기서 끝난 것 같아.
용의동지에서 오늘 승강전은 마무리가 됐다.
when Dragon Shark? I think we had some moment. I think he's talking to Gamey.
근접신단에서 20랩 때 카시아 무한한 구체가 그 쿨이 다시 돌 때까지 튕겨가지고
And also Cassia basically got the lightning ball upgrade, got massive hits, bounced around like 2,000 times. I think that was a big one too.
일들이 있었지만 정말 되는 날이었습니다. 자 각오한마디 들어보겠습니다. 이제 정규리그에 진출하신.
Well, let's hear as you're going into
일부
HGC.
가서도
Shout outs,
더
please.
딜러서 열심히 연습만 해가지고
We'll just do lots
더
of
잘하는
practice
모습 보여드리겠습니다.
and we'll just show better performance up in HGC. That was Troll Kim
자 이제 KCB 선수 만나보겠습니다. 축하드립니다.
and KCB.
감사합니다.
Congrats, of course.
진짜 너무 오래 준비한 만큼 너무나도 진짜 진짜
prepared
기쁘고요,
for
정말.
such a long
진짜
time,
이건
and I'm
상상도 못했어요.
So glad and happy. Never imagined to be up here.
1부 리그 뭐 같은 질문이라고 볼 수가 있는데요. 1부 리그에 진출하면은 다음 시즌 몇 위 정도 예상하시나요?
Where do you expect to be in
정말 오래 안
HGC when you go up next year?
네.
I think in the middle is what he said. In the lower half or in the middle?
In the fifth place, I think.
Fifth place.
그렇죠. 이제 뭐 새롭게 합류한 신생팀인데 이 정도 뭐 각오는 있어야 되는 거 아니겠습니까? 그렇죠.
He's not Harry Potter, guys.
그렇죠. 좋습니다. 자 우리 KCB 선수도 이제
As you can see, there's no lightning sign on his.
네 인터넷을 시청하고 계신 분들에게 좀 감사의 한마디 부탁드리겠습니다.
We give shout outs to
정말
fans,
이렇게
audience watching.
보러 와주셔서 진짜 고맙고요, 정말.
Thanks for everyone who actually came down to the venue.
진짜 우리 다 정말 엄청나게 노력을 했기 때문에
We tried.
정말
We practiced
너무너무 기쁜 것 같습니다.
so hard. I think that's why
감사합니다.
we are just so happy right now. Thank you.
자 그리고 이제 새우깡 선수
Let's go to 새우깡, which is a
감사합니다.
name of a pretty popular
지금
old snack
믿기지
here
않아요.
in
너무
Korea.
좋아요.
And I feel so great. I'm so glad and happy right now.
이랑 이제 또 대결을 펼치게 됐어요.
네.
만나면 좀 기분이 어떨 것 같나요?
How would you feel playing in HGC?
만나게 될 수도 있는데
네. 최대한 열심히 노력해서
Of course, we will try our hardest.
정화만큼 한다 정도만
And
들을
I'll try
때까지
to be
열심히
like
할게요.
this guy plays